Okay, so for those who don't know me, hello everyone. My name is Anna Reza. I'm Operations Director at buildingSMART Poland, and I will have a pleasure to present you our chapter update. This is agenda of my presentation. Let's go on. So our organization structure is the following. The very important body of our association is the council, composed of CEOs, of managing directors, of our company members. This council has an advisory and supervisory role, and we meet them twice a year. The executive role is done by my colleagues from board management. They are my bosses in some way. And finally, me, the only person which is employed by buildingSMART Poland. I'm responsible of everything here, actually. So I have a business management role. I administrate. I'm responsible of marketing, of coordination of technical rooms. And I have to say, I am proud to see how our members are progressing step by step. And I'm also proud of being part of this international community, really. Members and partners, we have three types of membership. Corporate and premium members, it's for the biggest companies. General contractors in general, but not only. Of course, now we are negotiating with another big general contractor from Poland. Corporate members for other companies. This year we were joined by some companies very important for our activities. For example, Datacomp, which is provider of BIM Vision, design office, ADC, Dalux, Knauf Insulation, or Knauf. We have also individual members, and they are really important for us. They are very active. And partners. I will tell something more about new partners a little bit later. Activity for this year, for 2021 and 2022, I will talk a little bit about it. So firstly, I would like to show you, it's a little bit my child, so sorry, but I'm proud of. It's the first yearbook of buildingSMART Poland, now in the paper form, but in 3 months we plan to do it available for everyone in PDF format. Thank you for Richard Petrie for kind words for introduction. There are several parts. There are articles from our members. There are something about buildingSMART awards, articles from our technical rooms, a little bit of theory about building some smart standards, open BIM, and also we have translation of one article about classification from our friends from Spanish chapter. So thank you, Sergio, for your cooperation. If you are interested, I will be more than happy to send you this yearbook. And let's start by technical rooms. So the first room, product room, maybe you know, we joined the CCIC coalition to develop with our colleagues from Estonia, Czech Republic, Slovakia, but also Denmark, Lithuania, Sweden, new classification based on CCS and co-class systems. That's why we organized on February 2021 an open webinar to promote our initiative in Poland. Yes, maybe you know some of them. Jan Sar, we've just seen him on board director. It's our closed cooperator from this coalition, also Gunnar from Molio from Denmark. As the same team, we promoted the importance of common language during Tallinn Digital Summit, where we went at the invitation of Madam Prime Minister of Estonia and our friends from Estonian Ministry of Economic Affairs and Communications. And it was especially during the slot dedicated to the public, digital public infrastructure. Exactly, Gunnar Friborg had a presentation about unlocking the development of smart cities through data standardization. We also published a summary of our research about classifications in Designer's Guide. On October 2021, we organized at the Warsaw University of Technology the open meeting of Product Room with our guests, Magda Pyszkowski from Knauf Insulation, who told us about the work of the working groups operating within digital supply chain in built environment initiative. Lars Fredenlund from CoBuilder introduced us to a topic on digital templates and data sheets in construction. But finally, the next stage of this room, it will be the interdisciplinary project about classification, of course, and in this stage, in cooperation with experts from various fields, we plan to develop and publish prototype of the Polish version of CCI classification with information and education materials and recommendation for the use of this classification within public and commercial institutions. Thanks to Magda Pyszkowski, who became with Knauf Insulation our member and who started also to work in buildingSMART International Product Room, we become also more and more interested in digital supply chain. So that's why we are participating in one of working groups of the digital supply chain in built environment initiative, which is led by Magda. Soon we will be promoting also buildingSMART and GS1 white paper Polish version together with GS1 Poland. By the way, the text itself is already in our yearbook. The next room, legal room, which last month we published two another positions about legal problems concerning BIM. So some principles and good practice for using BIM from the legal perspective, but also BIM in the conditions for participation in proceedings. And just a few days ago, we just had our first live meeting in a long time. So the presentation covered 2 points of view, engineer to lawyer and lawyer to engineer, after which we had an extremely interesting panel discussion. And we also really count on participation of Paulina in the works of steering committee of regulatory room. Thank you for all voters. Thank you for having elected also Paulina. Yes, of course, we have plans for future. Already we are in the process of preparing some new materials. Construction room. The next room, within it, there are three working groups working on three different issues: preparation of guidelines for export of IFC files, assignment of elements to the corresponding IFC classes, and guidelines for the use of BIM models in dimensioning for contracting companies. And on March 2022, our colleagues prepared first of 3 already planned webinars. During the first one, they presented some theory about IDM and some practical point of view, showing how important it is to properly assign elements to IFC classes. And during this meeting and after the meeting, we made available to all participants of the meeting the material resulting from the work of this group on class mapping, with the possibility of adding comments. And we hope this tool will assist all market participants in preparing better and better models in the open IFC format. You have here exactly the print screen of the tool I've been talking about. Of course, plans for the future, 2 other webinars, also IFC guide, export IFC 2.3, based on a Danish study. So thank you for Ola for sharing the document and for permit to use it, to translate it and adapt it to Polish version. The next one, FM room in collaboration with IFMA, Poland chapter and RICS. In the near future, FM room plans to complete the work on the matrix, and it will also include the linking of the list of devices to the classification. We use in another technical rooms in buildingSMART Poland, and we plan also to present it to a wider group of market stakeholders. And finally, EduRoom, which is it is working group regarding buildingSMART international certification and its implementation in Poland. So now we are working on the translation of body of knowledge and learning outcomes and its adaptation to the Polish market. Thank you for cooperation, for Mark and for Sue for any advices, and also thank you Germany chapter for helping us a little bit to introduce the program in Poland. Of course, there are a lot of different events that we are organizing or we are participating in. For example, WDBA community from Estonia. Do we really need a common language in construction? So as you see, the subject is returning all the time. With our new partner, it means Polish-Norwegian Chamber of Commerce, we organize a webinar, how open standards may change the world, with the participation of Howard Bell from Katenda. Also with one of our members, Multibeam, we organized a set of webinars about different point of views, but point of view on OpenBIM, and then in different softwares. We participated also with BIM in the conference BIM for Industry, organized by our friend organization BIM Cluster. Thanks to Leoš, I've presented only online. Let's hope live next time. I've presented buildingSMART activity, buildingSMART Poland activity, and the problems of BIM implementation in Poland during the BIM Day in Prague. Just yesterday, we've participated as speakers, but also as participants in German-Polish cooperation days. It was really interesting. Our colleague Jacek Borut from Warbut was a speaker, but I have to say that buildingSMART was mentioned in all the presentation, I would say, of all speakers. So it was really nice to hear. And at the end of April, we will be patron of the conference Designing the Future in Krakow. Of course, in our activity, the buildingSMART awards are a really important event. And last year we had 10 people in Polish jury, and finally we had first Polish winner in the category community contribution. It was Mostostal Warszawa with the project Make It Easier with OpenBIM. Of course, we are publishing some articles in press industry. New partnerships, except Polish Norwegian Chamber of Commerce, really important institution in Poland, Polish Chamber of Civil Engineers. They are more than 20,000 members, and if you are an engineer in Poland, you have to be there. So for us, it's a big potential. We have already published some articles in the review called Construction Engineer. And another one on September 2021, we prepared a common letter with Polish Green Buildings Council, PLGBC, and so we sent it to key institutions in Poland, offering our help and underlying that digitalization of the construction process offers a huge opportunity to create an information base on the carbon footprint of buildings. And this will provide a unique opportunity to decarbonize the Polish construction industry, which will support the achievement of Poland's commitments to achieve climate neutrality in 2050. So we count really on this cooperation. And once more, good news, we joined Polish Committee for Standardization in two technical committees, one for preparation of design and documentation in the construction industry, and another one for sustainable construction. We have new website communication and new communication strategy. I don't want to speak too much about that. You can see there, but we really wanted to create an expert brand image, building community around the mission of buildingSMART Poland and build interest and trust among potential members. So we have more technical information on the website, more about our technical rooms and working groups. We have a special member area available only for members. We have a lot of new materials for potential members, but for the present members also. Plans for the next 12 months. The most important for me, it's a buildingSMART Poland conference. The first one we planned for spring 2023, so you are already welcome to Poland. And I think that one of the most important points also is implementation of the buildingSMART International Professional Certification Program. But of course, not only, we would like to open new rooms, and it's not the only one. Just at the end, I would like to ask you some help for our friends from Ukraine. We are cooperating with the company called Archimatica. They are still working remotely. Of course, there is no internal projects now, and they are really open to participate to international projects. So if you have any needs about it, please contact me. I will be grateful. So thank you very much. I think that I'm okay with time.